Okay, so I'll tell you a bit about me. I went to college in Atlanta, Georgia, at a school called Morehouse College. Morehouse is an all-male, predominantly black institution, so it's a historically black college. I was an accounting undergrad, but I knew I didn't want to do accounting either. I never pursued a CPA or anything like that. I really enjoyed IT, and so yeah, I decided to do accounting though because that's where the jobs were after school. So I did undergrad accounting. Going into my senior year, that summer before my senior year, I did an internship at a company in Memphis, Tennessee called International Paper. You've heard of International Paper? Okay. And International Paper was an excellent company for me to intern. They gave me a lot of confidence in learning a lot of or applying a lot of the things that I'd been learning in school. And they made me an offer after graduation, and I took it. So I moved to Memphis, Tennessee. My internship was in state and local tax because that was more accounting. But they offered me the position in finance, helping build up companies when they were coming into International Paper. International Paper at the time I joined was buying a lot of companies. And so as they buy these companies, they started figuring out that they were all on these different accounting systems, finance systems. And so they couldn't talk to each other, even though they were all a part of the same company from a systems perspective. And so my job was to go out to those different companies and help convert them onto our enterprise platform, which was called SAP. And so we were all adopting SAP, and so I was helping them convert their books, going out to their first month-end closes and things like that onto SAP. I did that for the first 2 years, and then I started looking around the company again, and I said, you know what, this HR project is going to kick off pretty soon doing the same thing. So I joined the HR project, going out helping convert all their books onto and all their HR benefits, things like that, onto SAP. And then I moved on to the IT side fully because that last role was an HR IT kind of dual role. And then I moved on to the IT side fully my last 2 or 3 years there, and did a lot of security systems. So when you log into your computer, what are you able to see if you move from one job to another? What security do you lose? What security do you gain? That sort of thing. I did a lot of that. And at the same time, I was coaching soccer in Memphis at with a club called Tennessee Rush Soccer Club. I started the club. I was the president and CEO. I coached. I helped on the financial side of the, helping the books and all that stuff. And so I really set the plan. So I did a lot of business stuff with the club as well as coaching. So yeah, it's a youth soccer club. So we had kids from 9 to 18 years old, boys and girls. And my last couple of years there, we had a budget of around $1 million. And so it was a big club. It was a nice-sized club. Our profit wasn't $1 million because it was a nonprofit anyway, and so everything was evening out. But it was really fun to run. As I was doing that, one of the coaches that was in the club with me, we're driving up and down the streets all the time, going to different tournaments, and he just kept telling me, you need to consider a PhD program. You need to consider, because he was a professor at a college there in Memphis, or in the Memphis area, and he kept saying, you need to think about it, and I kept telling him, no, 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 and then I started saying, okay, maybe this does sound good. So we started looking around, and I enrolled in the University of Mississippi in the Ole Miss Business School, and that's where I got my PhD. I left International Paper in 2007, so I was there about 8 years, and then the PhD program was a 4-year program, but I didn't have my master's, and so I had to take an extra year coursework, and so that had me graduating in 2012. I accepted a job at Texas A&M Commerce, and the rest is history. I'm now coaching with FC Dallas, and that's what that one is there. And then my dissertation and a lot of the research that I do is in leadership, areas of leadership, and particularly servant leadership, which is an idea of instead of the leader leading the charge, the leader's role is actually to try to build up everyone else, their employees, and really get them going within the organization. So I try to study leaders like that and processes like that.